If you want to, yeah. Check this out here.
Okay, just reading into it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Berkeley and Harrison's Landing. A short distance south, the place was first settled in 1619 but was abandoned. It was repatented in 1636. Benjamin Harrison, signer of the Declaration of Independence, lived here. His son, William Henry Harrison, President of the United States, was born here, 1773. In July through August of 1862, General McClellan had his headquarters at Berkeley while the Army of the Potomac was here.
Wow, so a president,
There's just a lot
a
going
so-called
on here.
president, was born on a plantation.
Yes.
Now the question is, if slave means Slavic, and it does, was the president born free or was he born into bondage?
Good question. And fought
Specifically when you're talking about people who was dealing with the Declaration of Independence,
Right.
right? Because they were subjected in certain degrees to Britain. And others, right? So the question is, really, where are they born?
Make sure you have, while you're talking.
I got
make sure
this.
you have
I got
that.
this.
Okay.
So the question really is, was he born into quote unquote slavery?
Now that's a good question, and the reason that it's asked is because as we find out that the original plantation dwellers were modern Europeans under the hand of the British,
Yeah.
which they are now called English.
Do you know where the word slave came from? It actually came from the word Slav. Slav. The Slavic people in Central Europe.
But that they were the ones who were really on these plantations.
Right.
So that is a very good question to ask and to look into.
Real
because
talk.
they were the ones who were fighting for their independence from Britain because they were the slaves.
Exactly, they were enslaved.
They just
and this
turned-
tells that story because you look in 1773, okay, that's pre-declaration of independence,
Yes.
right? So that means that
1770.
they were still dependent
Yes.
at the time he was born. So the question is, was he born free
Critical thinking.
or was he born a slave?
And in 1774, September the 5th, 1774, they went to Philadelphia, at the Congress that was already existing, and asked if they would assist them in their freedom. And that's
Right.
where the Articles of Association, states that in detail. So
Right.
this is called critical thinking and study.
Exactly,
This is it.
this is it. So it was settled but was abandoned.
Ah.
We know how big that word is when
Well,
we talk about abandonment.
Well, the first settlement, remember we read in White Cargo, the book that they have out now, White Cargo, telling the truth about the fact that they were the original slaves on these plantations in the American land. It says that the very first attempt at the English settlement prior to James River was abandoned because they died and they didn't make it. They abandoned that mission, but then they were successful for the James River.
Real talk. So here we are on the Berkeley Plantation.
I ain't no house nigga, I be in the field, I be in the field, I be in the field, but I ain't a slave, I'm a king and that's real. I be in the field, I be in the field.
Historical plantation. Look at those trees. These trees,
Is that ivy growing?
like, you know how long them trees been there?
Yeah, the glory of a forest that I heard by watching the show, it does. If a tree can grow up tall, it carries a whole bunch of other things that can live too, such as the ivy. And which likes to climb, right. It's a cold...
It's still got the Star Spangled Banner out there. And look, this sign, the Virginia state sign is saying a lot. We're trampling trampling on the Aboriginal is what it looked like, especially like downtown
Oh, they did
Saco
that.
Bottom. Now
Yes.
look at what this picture is saying, because that's clearly a Moor on that he's trampling on, right? And not only is that a Moor, but it's a crown right here. So he knocked him off. He knocked the crown off his head. You feel what I'm saying? Like his crown is he's decrowned. There's
What
no
does
crown.
that say? 9 what? Can you read it?
No, it says, hold on, my fault. It's somewhere on the bottom. It says sic semper tyrannis. It has something to do with tyranny. I know that.
Oh, tyranny, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, when they first came, the English settlers that first came on James River, they really landed on. Conserve. All right, I can read. It's just really defaced here. Conserve. Conservation, I guess. Development Commission, 1929. Conservation Development Commission, 1929. Is that the same sign as the other? Right.
Yeah, but it's some defaced writing down here on the bottom that talks about, oh no, not 1929, 1928. So Conservative or Conservation and Development Commission, 1928. Hold on, let's see what this say. Trying to make this out. Oh, less something company, man. Sorry, y'all, I can't make it out because it's just so defaced.
If you go to Puerto Rico, one company there, this is
Yeah, here it
Oh,
go.
you did see that.
It does say conservation. I don't know if y'all can see. Oh yeah, conservation and development commission. This one say 1298. The hell? So we're talking 1298 or 1928. Well, go 2 years to look at, family, to really study. 1928 and 1298. See what's good. This plantation. Plantation thoughts.
If we ain't got freedom, we ain't got free will. I be in the field, I be in the field.